Hey, hello everyone. Um, alright, so today we're gonna make a trainer card Wizard of the Coast era up to base set and fossil. So base set, jungle, fossil, and not including Team Rocket set, but I just want to do a trainer card tier list because I feel like trainer card tier list is very underutilized, so I'm just gonna do this uh, possibly real quick. Hopefully, um, probably gonna take a while, but honestly, it's fine. But yeah, you can see there's a barrage of Pokemon down there, but we're not gonna rate them, um, including the basic energy because they're basic energy, they're essential. Um, so we're not gonna rate them. For the promo, the Pokemon tier list I'm gonna make after this. Um, I think this shouldn't be included. I think they have their own tier list, so hopefully that will come up soon. But after this, I'll probably do the Pokemon tier list as soon as possible. But first, we're gonna do the trainer card tier list, which is ranking by the how it plays throughout the Wizard of the Coast era, competitively. So we're not ranking based on design, nothing. Same with Pokemon, ranking by competitive play, um, and how utilized it can be in some ways, even if it's not competitive. So just like something to put on, not like too competitive, but just to casuals or anyone to could play and just want to experiment. But anyways, forget about rambling. We're gonna rank it right now. Starting off with uh Mysterious Fossil. This is from obviously from the fossil set. And this is how you get fossil Pokemon, Kabuto, uh Omanyte, Aerodactyl, etc. And this is how you can evolve it um from their stage 1 to their stage 2. So yes, fossil Pokemon are considered stages, and you need to have a mysterious fossil in order to play them, which kind of sucks because if they didn't need a mysterious fossil, they could have been somewhat decent. But yeah, mysterious fossil. I mean, it has 10 HP. The only good thing is that it whoever gets knocked out, the opponent cannot get a prize card. But man, it's really not that good. I'm gonna put it D. It's not good actually. I mean, it's essential for fossil Pokemon, but fossil Pokemon they're very weak back then. Like literally, very weak. Not the greatest. I mean, Aerodactyl genetic memory, which we're not gonna explain about it, but apparently, it's not the greatest. So just a little hint right there. But Mysterious Fossil, not good. It's just later on when it comes to this Discovery or Genesis, somewhere around there. That's when you have Mysterious Egg, or Fossil Egg, something along those lines, and you can actually flip a coin and just instantly play the fossil Pokemon on the bench or the active. So that's where Mysterious Fossil can, gravitate between the two, but not the greatest. So it's going the Gambler. Now this was I mean, the based on his name, yeah, you're basically gambling to roll a dice. If tails, you get one card. If eight, uh, if heads, you get 8 cards to draw. So can be good, but also at the same time can be bad. So that makes sense. I think this it's all right. It's okay. It's C. Not the best, but can get you a handful of cards at the same time. So I mean, if you feel lucky, you might as well. But I don't see competitive play with that unless you're just playing non-competitive, just casual. Energy search. I mean, this one is quite essential, so I'm going to put it in B. You just search your energy without like flipping a coin or anything. Very straightforward from your deck. Recycle. Cycle. Flip a coin. If heads, put a card on top. Put that card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Okay. I mean, this one, if you really need something and you want to get it from your next turn, then I guess so. But cycle is not too great nor bad. So I'm put it in C, below C, I think. Not the best, but it does bring back some cards and it also prevents you from decking out. But you do have to flip a card, so flip a coin. So that's the only bad thing. If you don't have to flip a coin, it'll be probably up here, I think, possibly. Still below B, but it can definitely save you from decking out, I think. Speaking of decking out, Mr. Fuji can do the trick. Mr. Fuji, choose a Pokemon on your bench, shuffle it into all the cards attached to that Pokemon to the deck. And this is a lifesaver because Mr. Fuji can actually help you save from deck out. And I think this card is very underutilized. A lot of people don't use it at all. Usually they would have use it and just have one copy of it because you usually would use Mr. Fuji at the end of the game most of the time. So this can come in handy. So I'm gonna put it in. Ah man, I think I'm gonna put it in A because it's actually really good for what it is. Very underutilized again. Not many people used it competitively, but honestly, I think most people should use this competitively because this can save you from deck out. And if you use a lot of trainer cards that utilize your deck from drawing, you could utilize those cards and you end up decking yourself out. So Mr. Fuji can definitely help you from losing from deck out a lot of times. So yeah, Mr. Fuji in my opinion is pretty good. Speaking of deck out situation cards, Professor Oak. Professor Oak, there's no denying it. It's a really good card. And also, I forgot to mention, trainer cards back in the Wizard Coast era, they were just called trainer cards. There was no supporter, there's no item. They're all classified as trainer cards. So that's means you could just play how many times as you want, similar to an item card. You can just place one, attach one. You can just put one on a Pokemon no matter how many times you want. So yeah, Professor Oak is got to be S tier for that. I mean, the fact they can. The drawback is that you have to discard your hand, but you do gain a fresh 7 cards from your deck. So I think this is a great card, amazing, phenomenal card of that era, and you just can play tons and tons. But also, there's also a drawback to it if you just overplay Professor Oaks all the time. Um, so you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful how many Professor Oaks you play. Computer search. Computer search is a um, very good one because yeah, you have to discard 2 cards for your hand, but you can search anything, like basically anything, Pokemon, energy, etc. from your deck. No, yeah, just get it from it. Boom. You just place it again, and if you have multiple computer search and you discard multiple cards, you can just keep doing the same thing. And yeah, it's a really good card. And the more recent ones, it's actually become a spec card, so you can only have 1 copy of it. But it clearly says that the computer search trainer card was so P that they just had to give the status of an spec card, which is, I think that's a gold tier right there. But yeah, computer search. I mean, you're obviously gonna see it in most competitive decks all the time. Revive, classic, from the main series games. Unfortunately, not that good. I mean, it revives a Pokemon for your discard pile to your bench and have half of its health. Um, I mean, this, no, it's not that great actually, because if your opponent has Gust of Wind, you're screwed. So if you don't have a potion with you, you're basically kind of screwed. So Revive is a situational one, quite risky if you don't know how to go around things. But yeah, Revive is a situational one. I think I'm going to put it in. Oh man, I think I'm going to put it in C actually. Probably below. I mean, you get to revive Pokemon from your bench, but back then, the Wizard Coast era, every Pokemon has a very low health rate. So most of your Pokemon go get knocked out either way. So having revive is probably one of those kind of useless cards. Kinda. So I don't know if it's D, but I do know it's not gonna be utilized as much. Um Competitively and non competitively. Um yeah, it's just not good. I mean, in the main series game, we all know revive can be clutch, but I don't know. I don't know about in the Pokemon TCG Wizard Coast era, especially Wizard Coast era. Wizard Coast era is just bonkers, just absolutely broken. But yeah, I'm gonna put revive there for now. Pokemon Flutes. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm recording this on my phone, so I don't know if you can hear me. I can see the time. It's so far 14 minutes in, but we're just going to continue on. Pokemon Flute. Choose one basic Pokemon card from your opponent's discard pile and put it onto his or her bench. You can't play Pokemon Flutes if your opponent's up bench. Okay. So basically, it brings back a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile to their bench. So I guess it gives you advantage to use Gust of Wind or use some sort of Pokemon power that brings into the bench and switch with the active. So this can be kind of useful. I don't really see this being utilized too often, to be honest, or at all. I don't think so. No one uses Pokemon Flute, but I can see this can be slightly useful in some scenarios, but I don't know. I mean, it's definitely better to revive, I think. But I'm not sure. I think it's going to be in C. It's not better than Gambler, I think. But in some ways, it is better than Recycle. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon Flute is going to be in C. Yeah. All right, Pokemon Center. Pokemon Center, we all know. I mean, if you're not playing with specific decks that doesn't have a consequence of discarding all energies from your Pokemon to heal, then that's great. This Pokemon Center trading card is gonna do wonders for you. If you don't have anything, any Pokemon power that actually prevents it, um, yeah, this is a problematic card. I mean, it heals all your Pokemon, but you also have to discard your energy cards from your Pokemon if you want to heal. Um, so this one is a situational one. I mean, it only works obviously on the Pokemon that doesn't have no energy attached to it, but man, this is a situational one because if you're using with other decks that don't have Pokemon powers to prevent the energy loss, then you're kind of screwed. So I don't know. It's A or B. I think, man, I'm going with B because I think it go both ways. But yeah, I'm about top of B for now. Pokedex. Look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck and rearrange them as you like. This one, I mean, can be useful again. Similar to Recycle, but better, obviously. But if your Pokemon can prevent the other Pokemon's opponent to discard your deck, then that's great, right? You don't have to worry about it. But in situations such as Moltres, for example, Moltres with Wildfire could definitely discard your deck if given the chance. So Pokédex definitely can ruin that. Can ruin your fate into winning. So it's a very situational card again. But I can see this can be this can do wonders if you're not facing against Moltres. But still you don't know what kind of opponent you're facing. So I don't know. Very situational card again. Oh man, I think I'm gonna put it below B for now. Since it is better to recycle and probably, I don't know. Oh man, I guess I'll put that for now. But it does seem Gambler to be somewhat better than Pokedex. I don't know. I'm gonna put Gambler there for now. I'm just gonna stick with that. Um, man, we still have a lot to go through. Oh, okay, this is gonna be a long video. Pokemon Trader. Pokemon Trader is a really good card. Wonderful. You can just trade one of your Pokemon that you don't need with a Pokemon that you actually do need. So I'm gonna put it in A, like top of A. Yeah. Obviously you gotta trade your Pokemon, right? But I mean, it's just really good. Um, yeah. Should I put in? No. I just stick with A for now. I was thinking of putting S, but I'm not sure. Pokemon Breeder is, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Pokemon Breeder is just, I mean, it's S tier right there. Below S. Like you don't even have to flip a coin or anything. You just like evolve and boom, you can get opportunity to skip a stage. And this is a peak because of Rain Dance and other, decks at the era that needs to evolve their basic Pokemon to a second stage evolution. So yeah, Pokemon Breeder, the old version of Rare Candy, and still to this day, it's just really good. But if you don't really need Pokemon Breeder, this can be situational. So, I think I'm going to put an A also, below Pokemon Trader, just because I don't think so. Pokemon Breeder is essential for every deck, so I'm going to put an A for now. But it is very essential for Stage 2 evolution decks. That's for sure. Maintenance. Maintenance is. Ah, man. Shuffle 2 of your other cards from your hand into your deck in order to draw a card. Okay, so you can save yourself from deck out in some ways. And you get opportunity to draw one card. Okay, I mean, oh man, this one again kind of situational. I mean, what happens if you don't have anything in your hand besides maintenance? Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, this one's actually also situational. It can't save you from deck out, kind of. It says shuffle 2 of your other cards for your hand into your deck in order to draw a card. But what happens if you don't have 2 other cards? Ah man, that's yeah. I'm gonna put below B for now. It can be kind of useful in certain scenarios if you want to draw an extra card, but honestly, I think there's better ways to do so. So maintenance is going down there. I mean, it's just like extra draw power, I guess. But oh man, I don't know. I can't save you from Deco. Huh. I mean, Gambler just in that case, it's just better because oh man, I don't know. The difference between Gambler is that if you really just want draw power, it really just depends on luck. Maintenance, this can save you from deck up also. At the same time, I don't know. I'm gonna put maintenance there. That one's an iffy one about that. Item finder. Item finder is just god tier. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You could just discard 2 cards from the start of the match. And if you did not know, Wizard of Coast era, you can actually attack the opponent on your first turn. So if you start first, it's a good thing. So if you start off with 2 Iron Finders, you can just discard from your Iron Finder, your discard pile. You just keep doing that. Place plus power. And I've seen this. This is just absolutely crazy. You can just utilize any trainer card from your discard pile, and there's no limit. Absolutely no limit. So Item Fighter, It's just gods here. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're basically gonna end your opponent's turn from the start of the match, and that'll be game over for them. I gotta hurry up. De-evolution spray. Choose one all of your. Oh no. Oh, sorry. Misread that. Choose one of your own Pokemon in play in a stage of evolution. Discard all evolution cards at that stage or higher. I'm sorry, the text is really small. I can't really properly read it. Attached to that card, that Pokemon is no longer asleep. Okay, so it's like full heal, but at the same time, de-evolves your Pokemon if you do decide to. I mean, in this era, de-evolving your Pokemon is kind of useless. I guess a full heal is a nice addition, but honestly, man, de-evolution spray. I mean, this can be useful with like uh, Dark Golbat and Dark Crobat because that era is definitely very utilized. But there is hyper de-evolution spray, so de-evolution spray is just useless because you just get rid of all of your evolution cards to your discard pile, I think. Yeah, you just discard them, especially the things attached to that Pokemon. Yeah, it's man, it's just not good. I think it's D. Yeah, I think it's D. It's below D. It's below Mysterious Fossil, no doubt about it. It's just not good. Plus power. I mean, there's no question. Come on, like there's no question. Um, plus power is just S tier. I mean, the freaking increasing 10 damage without rolling something. That's absolutely a sting, bro. Like, you just get instantly. You just add multiple plus power, and you just can knock out your opponent's Pokemon in one hit. And the combo with Iron Fighter, oh my god, that's broken as hell. Even with computer search, I think, yeah, that can be also broken. All right, 28 minutes in. Okay, this is gonna be a long video. Oh man, that means the Pokemon video is gonna be really long. Oh man. Okay. All right, Imposter, Professor Oak. This one's not too good, actually. I mean, your opponent shuffle his or her hand into his or her deck, then shuffle 7 cards. So both players had to shuffle all their cards into their deck and then draw 7 cards. So you're basically helping your opponent to draw 7 cards. So it's not really particularly good at all. You're basically helping your opponent. Like, you're helping yourself as well, but your opponent is also getting supported by this card. Yeah, this one's not good. This one's just terrible. This one actually is worse than the evolution spray. Actually, okay, in some ways it is slightly better, but not too far off. This one's actually ruining your chances of winning. You're basically helping your opponent to win. Yeah, that's so stupid. Super potion. Super potion. Use 4 damage counters, and you have to discard 1 energy from the Pokemon that you're healing. So it's a alright card. decent. I think I'm gonna put it. I'm not sure actually. Hmm. Should I put it above or you gotta put it right there? I don't know. I'm just gonna put it right there. Gust of Wind. Gust of Wind is just there's no doubt about it. It's just too good. I mean, you can just bring your one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that are weakened, and you can just annihilate them depending on the scenario. Gust of Wind, I think, should be right here. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Gust of Wind, just clutch card, no doubt about it. Like if your opponent was trying to escape because their Pokemon is, low on health, yeah, you can definitely just place a Gust of Wind, bring it back, and knock it out for the win. Yeah, just straightforward and amazing, phenomenal card. Last is a situational one. I mean, if you don't have anything in your hand, you just place a last and then screw your opponent right there. But your opponent can also place a last. So yeah, it's like a last battle if that's the case, but it can be come in handy to disarm your opponent's trainer cards. Can definitely screw their plan. So I'm gonna put it below A, right there, below A. Switch, very straightforward. You just switch with a Pokemon that has a high retreat cost with one of your bench Pokemon that has low retreat cost or whatever scenario you're using. Switch is just straightforward. And there's no cost. So I put a top in A actually. Double energy, double colors energy. Yes, I'm classifying this to be slightly a trainer card, but not. Yes, we are rating a special energy. Double colors energy. Just I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's gotta be S, right? Definitely bottom S. Yep, we're putting special energy into trainer list. Clefairy Doll. I mean, this thing's just poo poo trash. I mean, what's the point of it? I mean, just give the opponent some time. I mean, why would they have like a gust of wind? Then you're screwed. So I don't know. Clefairy Doll, in my opinion, is just useless. There's no point in having a Clefairy Doll, but just for your collection. So I don't know why it exists, but it does. Pokeball. Pokeball is just a 50-50 chance in searching your deck for a Pokemon. Yeah, that's really it. So I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it right there. The big boy engine removal. This thing is just OP. I mean, everybody hates this, or you either love it. It's a love and hate relationship with this card. I mean, there's no consequence in using this card. Just place it. Choose what kind of energy you want to remove from your opponent's Pokemon, and yeah, it's just absolutely broken. Everyone was scared about this card. There's even a stadium dedicated to energy removal. We had to discard 2 cards to use energy removal. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. There's no doubt about it. This thing's S tier, bro. Top of S. Like you can find me all about it, but you cannot deny how powerful it is back then. Especially you could just play so many of energy removals. Oh my god, it's absolutely broken. You're just gonna, yeah. At that point, you might as well watch paint dry, because when energy removals in battle, it's gonna be a long game. Just energy removing, until eventually someone has to attack, and yeah. It's a long drawn battle. Potion, I mean, it's very straightforward. It's just heals 2 damage counters. Um, Actually, yeah, put it right next to Pokemon. They're like the same. Super energy removal. Yes, you got the big boy. But the problem is that you get to discard 1 energy from your Pokemon of any choice. But the good thing is that you get to remove 2 energy from your Pokemon of any of your choices. So you just pick, discard 2 energy, and boom, boom, boom. Goodbye, double colorless energy, and any typing energy. It's just, I mean, it has to be. I don't know if it's top energy removal, but it's definitely an S tier. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Defender. Okay, we have 4 cards left. Okay, Defender. Very, very underrated card. I mean, people don't actually use Defender too much, and I don't know why. Defender is actually really good, and the reason why is that Defender is similar to Plus Power, but besides the attack, you get to resist damage outcomes. So if your opponent is about to endure so much damage to output on you with a bunch of plus power, and depending on how much they play, you get to resist 20 damage with Defender. Just 1 Defender, you'll be good. You'll be resisting those plus powers any day. So Defender, honestly, a very underutilized card and very underrated. So I'm gonna put it in S tier, because honestly, it's not better than plus power, obviously, but Defender is actually really good in my opinion. Definitely S tier, very underrated. I just can't believe people don't utilize it as much, but yeah, I guess that's how it is. People prefer offense more than defense. All right, next is Bill. I mean, this is similar to Professor Oak. There's no doubt about it. Bill, I think, is it better than Professor Oak? Actually, it's not better than Professor Oak. I'm sorry, but you are under Professor Oak. So Bill, back then, again, you could play so many times. So Bill is just ridiculously good. Back then, just draw 2 cards, very simple, but you get to just play so many Bills at the same time. It's just, those 2 cards are just going to be more than 2 cards, depending on your scenario. No doubt about it. Bill is just broken. Energy retrieval. Energy retrieval back then in the Rizzo Coast era, not good. It's actually pretty bad. It's trash actually. Okay, it's not trash, but you have to trade 1 energy, or actually 1 other card to be specific. You have to trade any card from your hand in order to just gain energy from your discard pile, 2 energy. So yeah, it's not, I mean, this is the only thing they can use back then, so in some ways it is useful, but man, it was not that good. But back then it was still utilized pretty fondly, so I'm gonna put it right there. I think that's reasonable. I think yeah, it's reasonable. I mean, it's still useful anyway. Full heal, full heal. your active Pokemon is no longer asleep, confused, paralyzed, or poisoned. So, I mean, paralyzed is very annoying. Confused also very annoying. So, yeah, it's pretty decent. I think it's top of B. In my opinion, it's top of B. I think usually you have like one copy of Full Heal or two copies, so something along those lines. And finally, we're almost ending this video. Scoop Up. Now, Scoop Up is very iconic for being utilized in Haymaker. You know, the notorious Haymaker, flawless Haymaker. Okay, there are some flaws about Haymaker, but you know, Hitmonchan, like the Buzz, and Scyther being the deck, and Scoop Up, you know, big basics. It's just really good. You get to just bring your big basic and back to your hand and just place it down, and you basically heal your full big basic Pokemon. Back to full health. That's, you know, very simple. In other scenarios, it's not good. I mean, otherwise, it's only good for Haymaker or like some big basic deck like Kangaskhan or something along those lines. But Scoop Up is only good for basic Pokemon that has like 70 HP at least. So I think it is. Oh man, I think it's top of B. I think. Actually, I'm not sure. I think I'm put it right there. In A. I think that looks good. All right. I think that's it. There's so many things going on. Oh shoot. All right. I think that's it actually. Let me go up. Man, doing a tier list on my phone is just, oh my god, it's horrendous. But anyways, this is a tier list of trainer cards. It's been a very long video actually. I never thought it would be a very long just to discuss trainer cards, but yeah, these are the list. Let me know if you think if you agree or disagree. I'm kind of curious. Can't even talk today, but yeah. Honestly, I just want to express how competitive these cards can be. Not just based on design. Just based on how good in play they are, and generally just expressing my thoughts about the actual game instead of the card design and everything, right? Because no one cares about trainer cards. In the end of the day, they're not holos. But yeah, regardless, these cards are very good for the TCG, and I hopefully you enjoyed this video. All right, this video is getting long. I better leave right now. All right, see ya.